Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Coaching Call podcast. On this podcast, we'll cover various types of coaching by trainers in sports, martial arts, fitness, and business. We'll discuss each coach's methods to getting the most out of their respective athletes or clients and how they attempt to change the platform in which they coach. Join us on a fun adventure as we discuss unique coaching styles. Coaching is a universal part of how we get others to get something done. Join your host, Rafael, and his guests on this unique journey in coaching.
Hi, I'm Sifu Rafael, and this is the Coaching Call podcast. If you enjoy this episode, please subscribe and leave a review. This episode was made possible by listeners like you.
Daria, thank you so much for joining me on Coaching Call. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for having me here, Sifu.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're coming all the way from Israel. I love it.
Well, now we can connect from anywhere in the world. That's brilliant. I love that.
Yes, it is a great thing. So one of the things that I love doing is getting to know my guests. And one of the best ways I think is if we go from your childhood, right? Where were you born and who would you say influenced you before even the age of 10 or around that time?
Oh, that's a great question. I was born in the middle of Russia in a small town. And like every Russian girl, I loved ballet and loved watching ballet. I wasn't very small girl in that age, but anyway, I was jumping around my apartment pretending to be a ballerina.
Nice, nice. And did you ever study ballet? Did you ever go to classes, anything like that?
No.
Didn't
I
happen,
was
huh?
I was more into kind of music. I was playing the piano, but like dancing and sports was never my thing at that time.
Mhm.
It's kind of a nice thing to pretend that I am a ballerina rather than be a ballerina.
So who would you say was your biggest influence growing up? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a parent. It could be, a friend, a teacher, a coach.
I think it's a combination. Obviously parents, obviously friends, but I do remember some teachers that kind of had faith in me and things they were saying, "Hey, I didn't expect that from you." And I was going,
Mm,
okay, they expected something from me. They expected something good from me. And it was really encouraging because meant it to be encouraging. So things like that, I never noticed them back then, but now kind of looking back, it feels good.
there you go. How was school for you growing up?
Um, Again, as I mentioned, I wasn't much into sports. I mostly did reading and learning.
Mm,
Some things I liked, some things I just did because I had to, and I wanted to be a good student. So it wasn't an easy time. Like school was not, it was never an easy time,
mhm.
but it was focused on mostly learning. Although
Yeah.
I think I should spend more time going out there, having fun with friends.
Um, when you said you were not into sports, what do you mean? You didn't like the sports, or
I
nothing
didn't
really attracted you?
I didn't like sports. I didn't like sports classes at school. I had an injury in school, and after that,
Mhm.
I got my top grades by doing because I got this injury during those classes. So my teacher was so much afraid of kind of giving me bad marks. So he was giving me top marks while I was not doing anything at all. So yeah, I didn't like that.
As a kid, what kind of hobbies did you enjoy? Did you even have a hobby, or was there something that you did that you really enjoyed?
I did like reading.
Mhm.
Um, Like I remember me being in the room alone while my whole family was watching TV and my younger sister was watching TV, and I was reading Three Musketeers or Jules Verne or something of the kind. Like any adventure stories, I really loved them.
Mhm. So to take you away, right? Instead of a movie, you got deeper.
Yeah. I preferred books. I think maybe because we didn't have very good movies. I mean, they were nice, but not that kind of adventure
Mm.
movies that could take you away, like you said.
So, are you still an avid reader now?
No, I don't read now. I mean, I
Right.
rarely read fiction because
Mm.
I have this feeling that I've read all the best books. I know that's not true, but I'm so scared to take a new fiction book. Kind of think, okay, would it be a good book or will I be disappointed? I hate being disappointed by books. So I rarely like if it's something that I really feel like worth spending time and reading, then I do that. But now I don't read much fiction.
Mm.
I think my last book was Harry Potter. No, I mean not the
That,
last one, but the last
that's
big one.
Harry
The last,
Potter.
yeah.
But you did enjoy that.
Oh, I did.
That was a lot of adventure, right?
That was a lot of adventure.
A lot of adventure. Um, when you think about your life when you were a child, what's one thing that stands out for you?
Oh, there are a lot of things.
Pick one, the major one.
The major.
I'm putting you on the
Well, I
spot, I
think, but
know.
yeah, I mean the way we it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't easy at that time. Like it was
Mm,
really not easy at that time, and kind of remembering those times when my parents struggled, we struggled. It was hard on everything, on clothes, on food, on. I mean, it was really bad time then
mm,
for many people in Russia.
right, right.
And I kind of remember that, and that gave me motivation to go forward and do whatever it takes to reach my goals, to live a different life. And at my 20s, I have this feeling. I remember that kind of from my childhood, kind of pushing me forward, going further, getting like setting really ambitious goals, and that was really helpful. I don't know if I was like I would be able to do that and achieve that without that experience in my past. Maybe yes, and maybe not. I don't know, but yeah, that was something that influenced my decisions.
Mm. So you were born in Russia. When did you actually leave Russia?
I left 4 years ago.
Oh, so recent.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. When did you start getting into technology, into AI, and all of these things? Because we're going to talk about some of the things that you're doing, right? But when was that? How long ago? Was it computers? Was it a class?
I did. We did have a computer at home. Well, one of the first computers, over there. I did something on the basic language,
Mhm,
some programming then. But I mean, I'm not a tech person. Definitely, it's just like I have this curiosity for things and for
mhm,
technology, and then I was in HR, and I was kind of very curious again about HR tech and like different tools and platforms and what we can do for performance and for learning and how we can use technology to like enhance our skills and help organizations grow. And like the technology we all having now and exploring and excited about is AI. So obviously that's kind of a next natural step for me to see, okay, how does it help us? And then when I learn more about it, there were also questions like, how does it influence us? How does it influence our cognitive ability? How it influences our collaboration? How it influences team dynamics, and the way organizations are structured. So all of those questions are really interesting, and they're not tech questions. They are
right.
human questions, but technology impacts our lives a lot. So we need to know how it works.
And it's impacting even more, right?
Yeah.
It's medicine has really been impacted by technology. Operations are being impacted, lasers, all these different things, and it's all based on technology. Do you believe that we will expand our lifespan based on technology?
I do. Well, we see that like our life expectancy is longer. We live longer and healthier lives because of technology, and obviously, the more technologically advanced we are, the longer lives we should live. So, yeah,
It's interesting. I was talking to somebody who has several patents in AI, and he said that within not too long from now, people will be able to live to at least 150, or if not more. Would you want to live that long?
Sure. I mean, unless I am cognitive
Right.
able.
Likewise. Yeah, yeah. No doubt. And we can accomplish so much more if we're able to be around longer, as long as our cognitive is still there, right? As long as we can um, function. And I think movement is also one of the most important parts of that, because you don't want to be tied to a bed for the next 50 years,
Exactly.
right? Uh, once you reach 100, you're like, okay, I'm in a bed now, and that would not be a life that you want to live, right?
Yeah, I mean, just today, I mean, just really today, I heard a report, like I saw a report that tells that if you do 1 hour physical exercises of different kind, not just running or not just cycling, but of different kind of doing mix 1 hour a day, your life expectancy will be 25% longer. 25% by doing those exercises. I am into sports now.
See,
I'm
now
doing that now.
it makes sense, right? It's not like you're going to go play football or soccer or hockey and all that, but activity, I think, is so important. This is what one of the programs that I run is called Sifu's Mind Body Method, and that's one of the most important aspects is movement, right? Any kind of movement, just walking makes a huge difference in our lives.
Sure.
So you talked about you were an HR, right? Tell us about that. How did you even consider that that's a career path you wanted? How did you even
Accident.
get to HR, right? And for those of you
That
who are like,
happened.
HR, it's human resources, right?
I never knew about HR when I was again growing up. We didn't have human resources as a like a university degree. My degree is a teacher of English and German.
Mhm.
And so when I kind of graduated, I thought, okay, what I want to do when I grow up, because I didn't want to be a teacher. I
Right.
didn't want to go to school. And so I found an opportunity, like after several times, I found an opportunity in
Mhm.
learning and development function in Deloitte. And I applied there because I love learning. Uh, I love teaching people. I was attending some trainings myself, some personal development trainings. I studied um, learning NLP, like neuro linguistic programming, and so I was very curious about how adults learn. So I joined that, and then kind of gradually from learning specialist to learning manager to head of L&D to head of organizational development to chief people officer in different companies. That was kind of my gradual growth in HR.
Mhm. Very cool. Very cool. And how long did you do it for?
I think more than 15 years with some breaks,
Mhm.
like maternity leave breaks, but yeah, it's about 15 plus years.
Mhm. Look at that. Nice. Good for you. um, what would you say is the biggest lessons that you learned when it comes to human development in HR that people either do or don't do?
Well, I'd say for me, you motivate people because people are motivated themselves. You can demotivate people.
Mm,
And when people come to your company, they are motivated, they engage, they want to work, they are so like into it. And like eventually some time goes by and you have demotivated and disengaged employees. Why did it happen? So that's kind of a curious question that I asked myself, where do those people come from? Because they join very motivated. And I see them when I interview them. I see how eager they are to work here. So yeah, building the culture that actually lets this motivation stay is my biggest learning insight from working in HR.
mhm. So how did you see a lot of burnout in the company that you were working for? Did you see people struggling because of of the way they were working, or maybe being overwhelmed?
We didn't have that word back then.
Okay. Not the word, but
I know,
the
I know. Again,
right?
when there is no kind of notion, you don't know what to look for. So when you see someone struggling now, you might guess, okay, is it person? Is it burnout? Is it laziness? Is it what lack of motivation? Is it the wrong position?
Mm,
We didn't have that option then. I didn't know about that. What I did is I saw a lot of frustrated people. Like
mm,
that's how I mean I saw them. I knew that there were people who are struggling to keep up with the pace of how business is growing, how business is developing. And I see that this struggle and the level of stress they experience is getting higher and higher with every company that I like go to, and it means with every 2 or 3 years, I saw more and more people who are struggling, and that is also because like I was moving up the career ladder, and I was seeing a lot of executives who are very stressed
mm,
with multiple challenges, demands that they're facing, the regulators, economy, global crises like financial crisis 2008, and then there were like local crises, and people becoming more demanding and employees becoming more demanding. They know, okay, we need you to motivate us, we need you to set clear goals. So well, yeah, I did see a lot of people, and I still see them a lot.
mm. Now the question is, did you ever feel that for yourself? Burnout, too much pressure,
I did feel
working.
too much pressure. I did feel too much pressure. I don't think I have experienced like real burnout because I don't know. I think I have something that whenever I feel like a lot of pressure and I cannot do anything about it, I kind of
Mm.
change jobs.
That's kind of smart. I'm done with
And with
this. Let's move on. Right.
my business, it's again probably I know it's crazy optimism of when something goes wrong, it's just okay, take a deep breath. It's gonna be all right. Because otherwise, I mean, uh, otherwise everything is just worthless. No, no, it's not like that. Everything's gonna be all right. So yeah.
So you eventually wrote a book, right? Your first book,
Mhm.
Clicking.
Yeah.
Why the word clicking, right? Why? What do you mean? Like the clock is ticking, your life is ticking away. What does that mean? Tell us
It's not
about that.
ticking, it's clicking. It's when your team clicks and everything just works. And it's
Everything
actually an
works.
acronym. And it's actually an acronym for click with a framework click. When you build a team, you build a team that has like built on 5 pillars. First is clear purpose. Teams need to be very clear on how they work together. Then it's linking connections, how people are connected with each other and broad organization. And it's integrated work, how what are the work norms and rules, how we work together, how often do we meet, where like how we structure our KPIs and metrics, and how we measure results and success. The fourth one is collaborative decisions, how we make decisions as a team, what
Mm,
decisions are left for leaders, what are decisions for individual contributors. And the fifth one is knowledge sharing and feedback, is how we grow and learn as a team. So when you
mm,
have clear purpose, linking connections, integrated work, collaborative decisions, and knowledge sharing, it'll make your team click.
mm. I like it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And so what was the catalyst that you said, I need to write this book? Um, what made you say that this is what I believe, but others need to also understand what I'm sharing here? And you see, I'm taking notes, right?
You're cool. There are two reasons. One is very selfish. As I think better when I write things down. I kind of get clarity on what is it I'm doing when I write things down. So I've done a lot of work with teams, with leaders, doing like team coaching sessions, consultancy, and it's kind of inventing the wheel every time. And I went, okay, I want more clarity on what is actually working. and then kind of getting together all the frameworks and tools that we're using, like how do you create team norms, how do you make decisions, how you bring clarity in like making decisions and decision making authority. And that's the first thing, and that's when I started to collect those things. And then I have people who can work with me, and I also have people who cannot work with me, or maybe don't want to work with me. They want to work with someone else, or they can do it themselves. I love doing things myself. It's not always I go to hire a coach. Sometimes I read a framework and I try it out. So there are people like that. Like, so for those people, this is the book where they can read and do things from it, because I wanted it to be really practical. There are templates, there are workshop scenarios, there are frameworks, very applicable for most of the teams out there. So anyone who can read it, just take it, try it out, and see how it works.
Very good. Very good. I like it. And how long ago did you write that book?
I started writing this book in 2020. I wrote about half of it, didn't finish. Dropped it for about a couple of years. Then I started again in 2022. That was the year when I moved from Russia to Israel again. Didn't finish. And then at some point, I think it's kind of was in me and kind of growing there. And in 2024, I started again. And in 2025, August, it was published.
Very good. Very good. So there was some procrastination on there, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah.
a little bit, or a lot.
5 years of procrastination. I mean, in between. Yeah. It's not so much procrastination. It's lack of clarity. Like now I know it's lack of clarity.
There was an old wine commercial on television many years ago in the U.S., and it was Paul Masson. It said, "Serve no wine before it's time." So the timing wasn't right for the book, maybe, right?
Yeah.
So I love that saying, and it's not procrastination. It wasn't the time, right? I have a lot of people who keep asking me to write a book. I have people who are constantly asking me to be in their book. And I've kind of refused a couple of times. And then I've been in 3 books, but with hesitation, because I didn't want to put out there what's not ready for me to put out there. And I've already written like 90 books, but I will not put them out because I'm not ready for them to come out. And when the right time, they'll come out, right? And I've literally actually almost finished. I mean, they're all done, but I mean, really almost went to decide I'm going to publish. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it now. So, it's not, for me, it's not procrastination. It's timing. Right? So I want to make sure that everything aligns, all the stars align. And some people say, just do it. What are you waiting for? But sometimes it is what it is, and I don't want to fight with the process that I'm going through. And it seems like you did the same. Right?
Yeah. But I'll be waiting for your book.
You and many others, right? One day I'll make sure you get a copy once it comes out.
Cool.
Right? Yeah. But then you also you're the co-author of the AI Revolution, and the creator of Aidra.AI. Wow, what does this all mean to me? Talk to us about that concept and ideas and so forth.
Again, I learned by
the AI Revolution, the co-author of that. What is that all about?
It's a book where like several people, AI experts, got together to write about how AI is influencing our lives, and there were different perspectives: AI in customer support, AI in sales, AI in different spheres. And I was my chapter is about critical skills team needs in the era of AI, because again, AI is influencing how we think and work together, and teams need to have certain skills that are not tech skills first to be able to collaborate with AI. And again, a lot changed since then. And I've learned a lot more about how AI influences our brain, how AI is influencing our language when it comes to collaborating with teams and AI. So that book was one of my first steps into learning. And again, I learned by writing, by sharing, by teaching, by doing, um, about AI.
Very good, very good. And then you also talk to us about Aidra, right? Aidra, right? Dot AI.
Aidra.
What is it? Because there's so much AI out there now. What is the difference with the one that you have currently?
It's my pet project. Again, everyone is playing with AI. I'm playing with AI, obviously, because if I want to know how it works, I need to create something. And
Right.
I've tried different no code platforms, zero code platforms. I tried write code myself with the help of AI. Kind of see how it like plays out in different aspects. And for now, it's basically my voice. Right? It has all the knowledge that I have, my book, my articles. And so when people ask questions, they don't have access to me. They can have 24/7 library of everything that I share with the world, and I share with my clients, and they can ask questions and get responses.
Very cool. Very cool. So, how did you even know? Because you said you didn't have the technology. How did you even know how to go and create something like that? Because that's very interesting.
Oh, you well, now the easiest answer would be ask ChatGPT.
How to
uh
create your AI. Yeah.
how to create something like that. But at that time, I don't know, it's just being open to signals and seeing, talking to people, hearing what other people are doing, looking for some examples. Again, there are a lot of platforms and tools that support any non-technical person do almost
Mm,
anything. Like you can do in any app without writing a single line of code,
mm,
without even looking at single line of code. But
right.
I did look and I did deploy and I did everything with the help of AI, because you go there, you ask a question, you get some response, you change the question because the first response is rubbish,
Right.
and then you learn.
Mm. So, one of the things that they say about AI, it learns, right? You teach it and it gets smarter with every process, right? But then you're getting smarter too, right?
I'm much smarter working with AI than I was, I don't know, 1 year before. Uh, with all the things that you learn, you can learn prompt engineering, but I mean, the most important thing when you work with AI is, first, you need to be very clear about what is it you're looking for. And second, um, you need to have a kind of expert check. So how do you learn something when you're not an expert and you don't know what you're looking for? You
Mm,
break it down into small, small, small pieces. And you start small. And like the thing, for example, I'm trying to do an RAG database with the help of AI, so that it has, again, all of my knowledge, all of my database, all of my drafts and everything, so that I can pull it up whenever I need it. And I have no idea how to do that. I have no idea what it even means. So I kind of go to ChatGPT and ask, okay, what does it mean? Why do I need that? What if I use it for this purpose or for that purpose? Kind of asking different questions, so that, okay, I have an overview. I know what it's about. I know that I need it. And then, okay, give me step by step, give me overview of the steps, and then let's go step by step, how I can do that. So you need to learn how to learn with the help of AI.
why'd you name it Aidra?
Well, I was chatting with AI, saying, give me a list of names that I kind of sound technological and that domain is free.
Mm,
So it gave me some options. Uh, okay, there was Aidra there, and then I checked the domain. The domain was free, so I registered. And then, yeah, 1 year later, someone says, "Hey, well, that looks familiar. That looks like Daria, but it's just Aidra, same letters." Really?
mm. So it's just a matter of just changing things around, right? And then you get a different feel.
Yeah.
But you didn't realize it.
I didn't.
Yeah. So, but you can now take the credit for
Yeah.
it.
It's my name.
That's it. I would love to. So a couple of people are saying hi to us. Gabby, thank you for being here with us, right? And Emilio, I really appreciate you guys. What I want to do is we talked about movement earlier, and I want to share a video with you based on movement. So take a look.
You followed the rules, tried the restrictions, counted the carbs, the steps, and the failures. You're not lazy, you're exhausted from doing it all without real change. What if the problem isn't you, but the plan? Sifu's Mind-Body Method is a 90-day transformation built on 7 unshakable pillars: mindset, movement, nutrition, hydration, fasting, journaling, and faith. This isn't another shortcut. It's your structure, your strength, your reset. You don't need harder, you need better. Ready to begin? Start today.
So with that in mind, so now when we talk about longevity, that's one of the biggest concepts that I do with my program. And so the question that I ask a lot of my clients is, how long do you think you're going to live? And they'll start with a number, right? And then when they're in my program, all of a sudden that number went up. It's because now they see the possibility of doing all the different pillars and how they'll help them live a life that's worth living, right? So that when we talked about earlier, you said 150 sounds great. As long as I have, my brain is still functioning and my body can still move, that makes a lot of sense, right? But we sometimes forget to take the actions today, and we live for tomorrows. But today we're still living, so we have to take today on, right? What are your thoughts on developing uh, in the business world something that will allow people to expand on their leadership skills?
After this video about the importance of nutrition and movement, and I kind of think about how packed our office is and how uncomfortable it is to sit all day in one chair.
Right.
And what you might think is leadership, just kind of typing it all, thinking strategy, or even not thinking sometimes, having meetings. That's no, if you cannot lead your life, lead your healthy life, how can you lead others? So we need more health in our workspaces and work environments. And funny enough, COVID, I think, prompted us to be more active because we don't have to sit in the office. We can be at home. We have some time to go to gym. We have some time to spend with our families. We can have a standing desk, which is my dream. And yeah, so taking
So
care of.
with that in mind, and thank you for sharing that. With that in mind, what do you think about the 4-day work week that a lot of companies are starting to implement? So it gives them 3 days off.
No, it's a totally. It's the same concept when you kind of give people a frame. Here is the frame when we expect you to work within this frame and produce something within this frame. We don't care about anything else. Here is the time. We want you to be present during that time. Whether it's 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 3 days, it's still the same concept. And it's outdated. People deserve freedom. People deserve being accountable for their outcomes whenever and from wherever they want to do that. I want to work 6 days a week. Why? Because I need my nights off, because I want to be with my family, with my kids. I can spend 6 mornings, no problem, but I need my
Mhm.
evenings off. I want to work 3 days full time, 24/7, because my work doesn't require me to think much. I just like kind of type thing. I don't have to think. I can do it with my eyes closed. Let me pack it into 3 days, and like the rest of the week is free. The thing is, when we try to fit people in certain schedules, is outdated.
Mhm.
So 4 days work week, 5 days work week is no way.
Right. But what happens to certain businesses that are brick and mortar? And for example, you wanted to go buy the blouse that you're wearing, and you go to the store and it's closed because somebody decided to not come into work today because they need their time off. And so what happens to a business like that, that they need to be open 7 days a week? And yes, they do have people who have to be there from this time to that time. So there is still that, right?
Yeah.
So how do we function that
That is a great question. And again, it all comes to agreement. Like, I'm a grown up person, you're a grown up person. Like, I want to work for you. You tell me, hey, here is how business works. We need kind of this role requires you to be like in the off okay, in the office this amount of time because of that reason. Like, there is a certain reason. It's not because you want to see me how I work at my computer. It's because
way?
customers are there, technology is there, something that like really makes like really needed. And I say, okay, I agree to that because I know there is a reason and we have this agreement. But if it's something that you want to see me how I work because you feel comfortable as a manager seeing people working, no, that's not a good reason for making people work certain times in certain places.
Okay. So you're saying, but we're talking about office, right? Work and then retail or a restaurant, or that's a whole different world, right? It's a different environment. Um, a manager of an office can manage from home. They can manage on vacation. They can, well, not vacation. Let's say they go to, they go to an island. They can still manage the office, but a manager of a restaurant that's moving, they may actually have to be in the physical location, right? A manager of a retail store may have to be there, right, at the physical location. So it's two different entities, if you will. One is you accept that position, and you know that this is required of me, and the other one is like, wait a minute, I'm not required to be there all the time as long as I get my things done, right? So there is two different worlds that we're talking about.
Yeah,
And
I
the
mean,
one,
hospitals,
yeah,
obviously, we need to have people there.
you know, we need nurses, right? We need doctors, we need, but a lot of times if you go to an emergency room in the middle of the night, and they're not going to have a plastic surgeon waiting for you to come in, so somebody else may have to sew you up, but then they'll go, oh, we're going to do this temporarily until you go see the plastic surgeon. So then that's an appointment, right? So yeah, absolutely. And thank you for sharing all this. This becomes a really interesting conversation because we have to, as a person, we have to accept what are we willing to do and not willing to do. If we go into a field where we're required to be present in that situation, then we have to, it's we outweigh the balance, right? Is this is the career that I want, or is this the career I want? Do I want the time to be able to go anywhere in the world, or am I stuck here, right? As an entrepreneur myself, it's easy for me to say, I'm not going in today, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that, right? And that's easy for me to say, right? But a lot of times, even when I'm committed to doing something, then I made a commitment, right? And then I know that I have to be there. So thank you for sharing all that. What's the one takeaway that you worked at a very well known company, right? Deloitte, right? What's one of the biggest takeaways that you can say that I took away from working at this particular firm?
Well, apart from it is a company with a great culture, I was lucky in the beginning of my career working with companies with strong cultures.
Mm,
But interesting thing that I learned there is that your culture is built to support your business goals. And when we talk about like big four consulting companies, well, they obviously have a culture of constant work and overwork and lots of work. But it's an agreement. People know what they're like when they join this company. They know what to expect. You're gonna work your ass out. Sorry, 24/7 for the first 5 years,
mm,
but then you can get the promotion, and that promotion opens a lot of doors. You can go to executive level in to client. You can like grow to partner level, but those first 3 to 5 years is you're going to work a lot, no private life, nothing,
mhm,
just this. And this is an agreement. Everyone knows about that, and everyone respects that, and no one says, hey, I work too much. Because I mean, you're here because you agreed on that. On the other hand, I was working for a Swedish company. That is a totally different story. When you need to have fika every, I don't know, 2 hours, it's the time when they have tea, like a break when they can talk and chat and have their coffee. And fika time is super critical and very important. And if people feel sick, they don't go to work. They call in. I guess, how can I do that? I need to walk my dog. So I need to go out, walk my dog, and maybe then come back. And again, this culture and this company is serving companies' goals. We want people to feel happy, relaxed, and make our clients happy and relaxed. So you don't just build a company like Deloitte or like Google or like Meta. You build a company a culture that you need.
So culture is very important for success, isn't it?
It is very important. If you don't pay attention to culture,
Mm,
some kind of culture will emerge, but will it be the one that will help you?
right. Yeah, yeah, I like that. Um, and one of the things that for me it's always about how can we help, right? And you talked about that, right? The culture is going to help the clients. It's going to help the employees so that that business does succeed.
Yeah.
Daria, what's next for you?
Well, again, with this open new opportunities, human AI collaboration, that's kind of my focus of this year and maybe a few years ahead. And how we work with AI, how we collaborate with AI. How do you manage a team of AI agents? How do you manage a team when you have 3 people and 1 agent? And how do you make them work together and collaborate? How do you solve conflict when, and there will be conflicts between the people and agents, because we kind of perceive them as interns, someone who's helping us, something who can either support or argue back or do something wrong. Who is to blame when AI is going wrong and doing something that's unexpected? Who is there to solve that problem? So yeah, that's really curious about how that's gonna evolve and helping leaders and teams go through this AI transformation. I'm working with a few companies that go through this AI transformation, and they make mistakes, but we try to make it the best way possible through collaboration and kind of step by step trial and error.
Nice, nice. Where do you see business for yourself with AI?
Well, I do see again some AI agents helping with my business. Still kind of playing around with that. No, like one small working agent, but maybe it will be more. We'll see how it goes. And I mean, it's gonna be part of life. It's not just business. Like it's
Mhm.
how you work. It's smart homes. It's It's medicine. It's who's looking at your X-ray, whether it's AI or human, or maybe it's first AI and then human, and
Right.
things like that already becoming an integrated part of our life, because a lot of tools, a lot of platforms are integrating AI. While we're talking, somewhere someone's AI is transcribing what we talk and creates summary out of it. So it's
Right.
probably become something that we don't even notice.
How would you feel comfortable if you went to a restaurant and it was all AI run? Your food is prepared. I was I was in Texas, and this robot came over, and you can punch in your food order, and then it goes away, right? And so I'm okay with that kind of. I still would prefer a person, right? Because maybe you want to ask what's in it, what's this, what's that. But then what if it went to the kitchen and it was all bunch of AI robots making your food? Would you be okay with that?
I would definitely be okay with robots cooking my food. I would probably even trust them even more.
Yeah. Less
But
germs, right?
I'd like to see a person greeting me and saying, "Hey, welcome. We're so happy to see you."
I think that an AI chef, which is going to take jobs away from actual chefs or cooks or whatnot, um, less contamination, right? Less chances of error, and the food will always come out good. And I'm not saying that I'm for it, but I'm just giving the benefits of it. Um,
I
would it be more efficient? Probably, right? The robot's not going to call in sick. It may need to be repaired, but it's not going to call in sick, and it's going to be there. It's not going to sweat over your food, right? It's not going to have to take a
There still
cigarette
will
break.
be chefs. There still will be chefs, because again, robots, they cannot operate without human expertise. So
There you
all
go.
these things humans will replace us. No, they will replace kind of dumb work that we don't want to do. Some of the creative work that we might want to do, but to really do creative work, you need someone expert who will be guiding AI to create something meaningful.
There you go. That's it. So we still need humans, huh?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's not Terminator 3.
I think Matrix is a long, long way ahead. I don't expect it to come soon.
Hopefully not, right? We're still viable, if you will.
Yeah.
Let me show one more video with you, and then we'll come back and chat a little bit. Give me a sec. Put that together. Here we go.
The city never sleeps, and neither do the dreamers who build its pulse. From every corner of the globe they come. Visionaries, creators, leaders, each carrying a spark ready to ignite the world. This is not an event. It's a revolution of rhythm and reason. A symphony of minds. A movement of momentum. Sifu Rafael, Lancelot, Jose Escobar. Together they set the stage for brilliance. This is the NYC experience. Mastermind, light up the city. They coming from the east, coming from the west. Knowledge on deck, put the truth to the test. Leaders in motion, hearts in sync, dropping wisdom so deep it'll make you think. They bring stories, sweat and flame, different faces, one shared name. Elevation, that's the sound. NYC experience, mastermind, where purpose is found.
Fun.
I almost danced.
Yeah. It's funny, every time I play that, somebody's dancing. I'm dancing, somebody else is dancing. Yeah, so that's what's happening here in the U.S. In Tampa, February 27th, which is a week away. Right, it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
So Daria, are you looking to write any more books? Are you looking to expand what you're doing currently? And talk to us about what you are currently doing, because I want people to connect more.
Mhm. What I do is I help leaders build amazing teams because again, through all of my work as a chief people officer, I've seen companies thrive and go through various disruptions like mergers and acquisitions, global financial crisis, pandemic, military conflicts. When you have a strong team, you can survive almost anything. And I've seen companies failing because the executive team was dysfunctional. I mean, they didn't have a shared purpose. They were not connected. There was a lot of conflicts, and those conflicts were like more personal conflicts rather than conflicts about ideas and how we should move forward. And those companies just they don't exist anymore. And that's why I really want to help leaders build strong teams through either leadership coaching or team coaching, like working together with a team. And that's why I wrote the book. That's kind of my main focus, especially again with AI. When AI is entering, it's even more important to be clear about what is my purpose, how we collaborate, how we communicate, what are the norms of our and rules of our team, how we grow and learn together. So even though my book Clicking is nothing about like no word about AI, it's all
Right.
about it's very critical for the AI driven world. And I do want
Mhm.
to write another book, but it's not ready yet. It's
There you go. There you go.
needs more
And
time.
the time is right, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, do you have an idea of what that book is about yet, or do you want to keep it under wraps for now?
I have an idea, I have a thought. I want to, again, this book, my first book is for leaders and it's about teams, but I do know how exhausted and overloaded leaders are today because, again, they experience multiple demands from the top. The executives expect and investors expect top performance. The team members expect motivation and clarity and direction, and customers expect exceptional service, and governments expect a lot, like regulators all over the place. You need to follow so many rules. So and the speed of pace is so high, so a lot of leaders are very, very overloaded, exhausted, burned out. And I want to write something that will help them solve that and kind of live through that with strength and joy and
Mm,
feel well about themselves and their lives.
nice, nice, nice. And we will be looking forward to that book that's going to come out. So your website is going across the bottom. Right? As we wrap up, I want people to connect with you, but tell us if you had to, if you had a magic wand, right? How would you fix the world?
I think the thing that we need is be able to talk to each other openly without judgment.
Mm,
Um, because I know many people are ready to like share their opinions with no problem with that. But in most cases, opinions it is what I think, and I don't care what you think. And having this curiosity about what other people think and why do they think that way, and why do
mm,
you think that like having a chef robot is good or bad, and why do you think that 4-day work week is good or bad, and kind of trying to understand each other first and then kind of make some judgment and make your opinion second is would really help solve so many problems, so many
mm,
conflicts. Yeah.
mm. I think our world is very conflicted, right? And it's because of understanding. I think people want what they want and they don't care about the other person, right? And I think when we start to care, things will change. Tell us what somebody can expect when they go to your website. And your website, I want you to say it, it's going across the bottom because people are going to listen to this at one point too. So spell it out for them. That way they can find you.
So you can definitely find me on LinkedIn. I'm very open to connections on LinkedIn. And if you go to dariarudnik.com, you can find some articles obviously there. But I want you to check out the resources page where you can find downloadable tools to for example, see if your team is overusing AI, or how to motivate your employees, or what are the biggest leadership challenges in 2026 and how to solve them. All these kind of things you can find on my resources page on my website.
Very cool. And don't forget to go to Aria.AI, right?
It's on the website. You can have access to that on my website. So you can chat with Aidra on my website as well.
There you go. There you go. Well, I'm so blessed that you took the time today. Thank you. And just for everybody else, I'm in New York, so right now it is 10:55. What time is it in Israel?
It's 5:55 p.m.
Look at that. Just a few hour difference, right? 7 hour difference. So there you go. Thank you again, Daria. Great conversation, and I look forward to having so many more with you. Blessed to know you. Thank you. Everybody, do me a favor. Somebody needs to hear the message that was delivered today. So go ahead and share this video, this episode with somebody. Take care, everybody.
Thank you so
God
much.
bless. Yeah,
Thank you. It was a
absolutely.
great pleasure talking to you. Thanks for your questions. I really enjoyed this conversation. Thank you.
Me too. All right, everybody. God bless. Take care. Don't go away, Daria. Just hang out for a second. We'll let
Yeah.
everybody go.